Welcome to Be the One in 1,000 podcast, which is a space where we demystify actuarial science and humanize it as much as possible. This is the place to listen to fellow actuaries, how they got there, what they did, what they're doing, and see how you can also tap into that. On today's episode, I have Sheila, the lovely Sheila Kirika. Welcome to this episode, and thank you very much for agreeing to do this with us. I'll go straight into your bio, and please feel free to correct me and add as much as I may have left out.
Okay.
Our guest today, Sheila, turns complexity into clarity. She's built actuarial teams across Africa. Wow, that's really nice. She's the voice behind some national policy reforms. She's also a member of the Task Council right now, and the founder of the Public Policy Working Party.
Yes.
All that she's doing to bridge the gap between the past and the future and bring all the actuaries together to mentor and build an improved actuarial society. Did I leave anything out?
Yeah, maybe the only thing you left out was that I'm passionate about turning actuarial insight into business decisions and strategy.
Okay.
Yes, but otherwise, that was a good description of me. Firstly, thank you, Cardine.
Thank you
for inviting me
You're
to
welcome.
the first podcast. Really happy to be here. And yeah, looking forward to the conversation.
Yeah. And I hope we get into the strategy building. By the end of this podcast, we can, just understand what it means to be a strategy builder, to do what you do, and how to get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So very quickly, we can go into your qualification story. How did you become an actuary?
Where do I start?
From the top, from the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah.
It's high school, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You wanted to be an actuary from high school?
From high school. So what happened is I knew I was good at math and also the sciences, but I knew I didn't want to be a doctor, an engineer. So I was lost. I didn't know which career to choose.
Yeah.
So one day my desk mate mentions this career called actuarial science. Actually, she mentioned her brother-in-law is doing actuarial science and he's constantly doing professional papers. So I was like, what's that? So I looked into it, and when I looked into it, I was like, this is what I want to do.
Oh, lovely.
So that was in Form 2. Yeah.
So from the onset, from when you knew about actuarial science, you knew about the papers.
Yes.
And you knew this is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
Okay.
From Form 2. And then in Form 4, they normally prepare. Oh, I was in Alliance, by the way. I need to mention.
I was waiting for you to say it. In fact, if you're not going to say it, I was going to finish with it and say he's one of the few people who will not tell you they were in Alliance.
No, I say it.
I went to Alliance.
So in Form 4, they normally prepare like the top students to get scholarships in universities abroad.
Yeah.
So I was one of them.
Oh.
And when the career counselor spoke to me, she was like, oh, yeah, you can do medicine here and there, So I told her, no, I want to do actuarial science. She's like, why would you want to do that? Firstly, I don't have scholarships available for that. And then at the time in Kenya, actuarial science was new. It was not understood. So she's like, it's like an experiment in University of Nairobi right now. Why do you want to go into that career? She really discouraged me.
Yeah.
But I was like, no. I'm going to do this course.
The girl knew what she wanted.
Yes. So I have an amazing mother, and I'm going to tell you why. My mother has always dreamed of her children studying abroad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so my mom was like, you are not doing this in your N. So somehow she convinced my dad, and I ended up going to South Africa, the University of Cape Town. And my mom really she's amazing. She supported me through every phase of my career. So she actually made her dream come true. And I went to University of Cape Town. But before that, I had a gap year. And in that gap year, I did a lot of things, theater, dancing, salsa dancing and all. So luckily, when I went to UCT, I was able to get 5 exemptions. But these 5 exemptions do not come easy.
Okay.
So, for example, I remember CT1. CT1 is the first paper that you can get an exemption from. Oh, when I say exemption, I mean at the time there were 15 papers you had to do. But at UCT, you are able to get exempted from at least 7.
Okay.
If you do the BCom. So I got 5 out of the 7.
Oh, so you did BCom, but then you could get exemptions for the actuarial papers.
Yes, for 5 of them. I mean, for 7 of them, but I got 5 exemptions. But they didn't come easy. I'll tell you maybe just one story.
Okay.
So the first actuarial exemption that I could get was financial mathematics. Let me tell you, Cardine. Yeah. Have you ever had something that humbled you? Character development pro max. I had always been great in school.
Yeah.
Then I come into financial maths. We were doing it in second year. I'll never forget the first CAT we did. I was second last in the class.
Oh,
second from last. I was used to being
at the top.
It was hard. I just couldn't understand the concepts for some reason. Or rather, I used to think I understand them. When it comes to the exam, I get things wrong. It was a struggle. I actually had to, my mom, again, amazing, helped me to pay for a tutor who tutored me. And once he explained the concepts to me in a way that I could understand, that unlocked it. And so I didn't get the exemption, but at least I ended up passing the exam.
Wow.
Passing enough to go to third year, where I now got more exemptions that came easily to me.
Okay.
So for me, the statistical exams have always been much easier. So CT3 came easily. We used to call it CT3. I'm not sure what it's called now, but the stats exams came easy.
Yeah.
So I just want to say that, yes, I got my 5 exemptions, but even CT5, I struggled. I cried. I used to cry a lot, by the way, with CT5. But I made it in the end. I got the exemption. So when I say I got 5 out of 7 exemptions, it's not that I just swam through it. Some of them I did. The accounting papers, the statistical papers were swimming. But I remember financial math specifically, and then CT4 and CT5, modeling and contingencies.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't get the CT4 exemption, but CT5 I got, but it was a struggle. So finally, I graduated with 5 out of the 7.
Yeah.
So then after graduating, I worked for 1 year. Then at Alexander Forbes Financial Services.
Okay. So now, quick question. So by this time, your parents are financing your campus studies.
My parents financed my campus study. Kudos to them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then now, so you finished your undergrad, you're moving into working, you have 5 exemptions.
Yeah.
Are you still looking to pursue the rest of the papers, or are you...
Now that has a whole story also.
Okay.
So at that time, I wasn't thinking about the papers. I just wanted a job, right? So my mom and dad, again, very supportive during that process. Then I was able to get a job at Alexander Forbes, right? So I get a job. I was so excited. Alexander Forbes, oh my gosh.
I mean.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. I hated the job.
Oh, really?
Yes, because it was pensions. Pensions is just not my thing. And if you look back at even the exams I struggled with, pensions is just not my thing. So I hated it. So I quit after 1 year.
Wow.
Now, Cardine, I want to tell you to enjoy your 20s, because in your 20s, you can make such decisions. I quit without a plan.
Wow.
I was just like, this is not for me.
It's not working.
It's not working.
The Gen Z in you was just like...
Yeah. In fact, I was supposed to repeat CT1, because remember, I didn't get the exemption. I was supposed to do CT1. I even stopped studying because I actually got confused. I was like, is this what this career is about? Because I love people, and that job didn't involve people.
Okay.
So what I ended up doing is I just experimented for like from 2011 up to 2015. I was just confused.
That's 4 years.
That's 4 years. I was just confused. I'm like, do I do this career? Do I not? So I ended up doing a lot of ministry work at church. And I actually thought I would get into full-time ministry at some point. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's no door that opened. So I could have been a pastor by now.
Maybe it was a redirection.
Yeah, I think it was. Then I realized at some point, you know what? I love teaching. So I actually tutored math and English.
Okay.
I taught at Nairobi Academy for 1 term.
Oh, wait. So this is not Faventia. We're going to get
no,
to it,
before Faventia. I was just experimenting.
Okay.
I taught at Nairobi Academy for 1 term, and I was like, no, this is not it.
Okay.
I can't teach kids. I'm not patient enough to teach children. So I taught for 1 term and I left. Gosh, I must sound like I'm so erratic. But anyway, I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
I was in my 20s. So,
but then also just to clarify to the people who are listening to this, while you're trying out these things, you have the comfort of your parents are supporting you.
No.
Oh.
No. I got married soon after joining Alexander Forbes.
Okay.
And I got married to my husband then, who was also not stable financially.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, let's just say I
You
tasted
adjust.
poverty.
Oh.
I tasted poverty. Did not like the taste.
Okay.
It was a difficult time financially.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. But still, because I didn't have a child I'm feeding,
Yeah.
and he also, to his credit, my husband then really encouraged me to just
Try out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Just
so we were broke, but we were both experimenting with life.
To try.
Yeah.
So just
because we just needed food for the two of us and rent. So
and that's enough.
Yeah.
I mean, that would work
Yeah.
at the time. So maybe if you're trying to paint the picture for someone who's starting at now, and I don't know if this is something you'd want to get into, are you able to give us a figure that you are working with? What were you earning at
Alexander Forbes? Remember this is 2010 though.
Yes.
In 2010, I remember I started with 56K.
Okay.
Yeah.
That must have been.
Because I had 5 exemptions. But actually, that's a good point.
Yes.
The more exemptions you have, the more you can negotiate a higher salary. Yeah, you have more bargaining power. So I started with 56K.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
But that was not the norm. It's because I had 5 papers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So then you decide this is not working. Let's try out these things.
Let's try out these other things. Ministry, teaching, I taught and all. Then I found out about a company in South Sea that was tutoring the actuarial papers. It was called Platinum. So I was like, let me go try this. So I taught there for a year. Then unfortunately it wound up. But then now, luckily, I was teaching with a friend called Dennis Washira. So when Platinum wounded down, we were like, wait, why can't we do this ourselves?
Yeah.
And credit again to my husband then. He actually was the one who introduced that idea into my head. Like, why can't you just start doing this?
Yeah.
So we started a company, Dennis, my husband at the time, Meshach, and myself, called Faventia to tutor the actuarial papers. And I must say, I did that from 2013 until 2015.
Yeah.
It was one of the sweetest seasons of my life. At the time, I didn't think it was because I used to have some shame around the fact that I'm broke and I did actuarial science. So there was some shame around not having money and seeing other people succeeding. But if I was to go back and talk to myself then, I would tell myself, please enjoy this season. Some of the things that I can't do now, getting on a bus and going to Kisumu, reaching Kisumu sijui at 3 a.m.
For the, what's it called?
The boot camp, Maseno boot camp. Reaching at 3 a.m., we go rest a little bit, go teach during the boot camp and do presentations and all. Then travel back. No, then the students used to do this amazing thing. Shout out to Wilson Orero and Mirindaba.
Yeah.
They used to do this thing where on the last day, they would take us on a boat ride on Lake Victoria. Then we would eat fish by the lake. And of course, fish by the lake does not taste like this fish we eat here in Nairobi. Oh my gosh. We eat fish and then we'd travel back.
That's so fulfilling.
It was such a sweet season. When I look back now, I'm like, man, I didn't realize it at the time, but it was a sweet season. So now, because I'm teaching actuarial papers, my interest in actuarial started growing again. So I actually did City 1 during that period. So I did City 1 and passed. Right. Okay. And it was because of now tutoring the papers again. I'm like, okay, then that's when the first time in my mind, I had an idea. Maybe I don't need to abandon this career. I can combine it with my strengths. Yeah. So now I really enjoyed teaching. Then at some point, teaching now, I was like, no, I want to experience what I'm teaching. So IRA came up with a regulation in 2015 that all companies need to have an actuarial function, someone who has at least 5 papers. I remember I had my 5 papers.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I think it was 6. So yeah, I actually had 6. Yeah, so I was able to get a job at Direct Line.
Okay.
So now, because of being back in corporate, my interest peaked again in redoing the papers.
Yeah.
And it's because it had clicked that, you know what, I can still do this career and just be me and apply my strengths.
Yeah.
So a very interesting part of my qualification journey, which is a huge part. One day I'm in a matatu. Then I meet Wangeshi Mathenge.
Oh.
We were in bush together. So we start talking, Then we start talking about the actuarial papers. I'm like, oh, which paper are you doing next? CT4. Me too. Let's study together.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Cardine, without Wangeshi, I would have not qualified when I did. From that time on, we did all our papers together.
Oh, that's
except
really nice.
maybe the last paper. We did all our papers together. So what we do is we would study on our own during the week.
Yeah.
I used to study for 1 hour per day. Because remember, I'm married now, there's a child. So we used to do 1 hour per day. I used to do 1 hour per day in the mornings. Then now on Saturdays, we'd meet to do questions.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, then we'd take 2 weeks off before the exam to just do past papers. I remember I had an aim for every single past paper, for every single exam, I would have to do 20 past papers. 20,
okay.
Yes. And some of them would be under exam conditions. We would put ourselves under exam conditions and mark for each other.
That's really nice.
Yes. So I would say during my corporate life, the keys to me passing the exams that I did then was having Wangeshi as a study buddy, and later we were joined by Kio Mwangasha. Then being consistent with my 1 hour per day in the office.
Okay.
Then the Saturday sessions where we do questions, right? Because I realized with these papers, you can't just read the notes and think that you'll be prepared for the paper. You have to be doing the questions,
so that
the practice questions as you go along. Okay. You can't leave them for the end. So those Saturdays when we do questions together, and then those 2 weeks when we just do papers, I used to aim for 20. Doing the paper, backing for each other.
So what I'm seeing is a lot of hard work, dedication, and discipline.
Yes.
So there's no other way around it.
There's no other way around it. And remember, I was a wife and mother. And I want to speak to the wife and mothers who are doing papers at the same time with everything. And I want to tell you this. I think here, I'll even look at the camera.
Yeah.
You can't do it all. You cannot do it all. There are balls that will drop, but it's okay. I wish someone had told me that at the time. Don't try to do it all. Don't try to be perfect. Imagine balls will drop, because you can't do all those things and expect everything to be perfect. So balls dropped. I will admit that, right? But being consistent with my 1 hour per day helped, because now my evenings were purely for my family. Yeah. But it was, I remember there was a time when I was doing ST2, I lost a nanny in the middle of studying like 2 weeks before the exam.
That's unsettling.
And my baby was small. So I had to, I think my mom maybe took her for a couple of days, but there was a time where I had to just be with her in the house.
Yeah.
So I remember having to study while still taking care of her. My husband then was working. Cardine, my hair would fall out because of stress. My hair fell out. That time I had a patch here.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Because of the stress.
That's crazy.
So yeah, it was not easy. Being a wife, mother, doing the papers, I had a demanding job at the time. Was not easy.
So at
and
this time
balls
still
dropped.
Doing Faventia, and have you moved?
Yes, I was still doing Faventia up to 2020.
Yeah.
Balls dropped. So I think one thing I want to just tell your audience is I qualified, but there were balls in my life that dropped along the way.
Yeah.
And I just want to be very honest about that. My journey hasn't been perfect. And one of the balls that dropped is that I'm now divorced. I'm not saying the divorce was my fault, but it takes two to tango.
That's for sure.
Right? So fine, yes, I qualified, but there are balls that dropped. Yeah. It was not easy. Yeah. My health suffered. So apart from the hair, my health also suffered.
Is this because of the immersion into you wanting to get this, or is it because of other triggers, if you don't mind?
So I was a perfectionist, and I wanted to do it all and do it all perfectly. That's what led to that, because my identity was wrapped around achievement. So I wanted to be a perfect wife, perfect mother, perfect friend, perfect daughter, perfect business lady, perfect actress. So I would say trying to do it all is what led me to have. So if I was to advise like someone who has those many balls to juggle, don't try to juggle them all at the same time. There might be a 1 year when you decide, you know what, this year I have a small child, I'm not doing papers. It's okay. There's no deadline for qualifying. Yeah.
You need to figure out what you're prioritizing, what you're, take up your seasons also and accept how they are coming.
Exactly.
That you don't have burnout.
Yeah.
So now at this,
exactly.
So how long does it take you to complete the paper?
I qualified in 2020. So
did you do all the, so were you doing a paper, sorry for cutting you short, were you doing a paper per sitting?
Yes. So again, at least on this particular part, I was kind to myself. I never used to do 2 papers at a time. I would do 1 paper at a time. And sometimes like I would be sick, I wouldn't be able to do a paper. But yeah, I generally used to aim for 1 paper at a time.
Okay.
But I always had study buddies.
Okay.
Always.
During this period, that you're now done with the exemptions, you're doing the papers one by one.
Yeah.
What was your easiest to go through?
My easiest paper? Good question. I would say probably CT4, which is modeling. But it's one of the exemptions that I didn't get in campus. So I had to do it again. Initially, I was scared about this exam because I was not understanding what's going on. But Wangeshi, so that particular exam has a lot of double summations. Me, I was not understanding. What is this? 1 to I to J? What is going on? I couldn't picture it in my mind. So Wangeshi helped me to write out those double summations in a matrix form. Once she explained that to me, Cardine, everything unlocked for me in CT4. We never used to get our marks that time, but I'm so sure I was among the top students in CT4 because it was easy. But it's because she unlocked the concept for me. And if there's anything I would want your audience to take away today is study with people. Study with people. Don't do it alone. Okay, there are those few geniuses probably who can do them alone. But man, if I hadn't studied with Wangeshi and Kyo, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have qualified.
Unlocked this Q4. This knowledge
CT4.
CT4 that she's been able to unlock this part for you. And what was the hardest and why?
Financial economics. Oh my God. Wow. Financial economics. But again, Wangeshi helped to explain the concepts. But I'll be honest, I just crammed everything in that paper.
You crammed to pass?
I passed, but if you ask me now about those things, I can't even tell you.
Okay.
There was something black school something.
I don't even know the pronunciation for that thing.
Those ones. To date, I cannot explain to you what was going on in that paper. I just memorized. So definitely CT8. And I have a feeling I probably just passed.
Just enough to make
I need to tell you something else. I never used to aim for 100% in my papers.
Was that intentional?
Very intentional, because I realized I'd rather do a quality 80 to 90% rather than aim for 100 and spend a lot of time and energy on the questions which are difficult. So I always used to start with the paper. If I see a question that's very difficult, even if it's 10 marks, I'm like, okay, this paper I'm doing it out of 90.
Yeah.
That was my strategy. I never used to aim for 100. Yeah.
And do you think that helped with managing your expectations? And
not managing my expectations, managing my energy and my time, because now I was able to focus a lot of time on the questions that I knew, so I would get probably full marks on those questions, as opposed to wasting my time on the things which I would get maybe 1 or 2 marks. So I never used to waste time on questions that I didn't understand. There's a paper I did which I only did 80 marks because there was one question that was 20 marks. So I did 80 marks and I passed. Yeah, so I don't, but generally, and that's the way I am right now in life. If something feels forced, if something keeps closing the door to me, I
don't put so much effort into it.
I have chosen peace.
You don't want peace. Oh, you don't want problems. You want peace. Okay.
So yeah, CT8 definitely. Yeah.
Now you're qualified in 2020. You finished and
COVID.
Oh yeah, actually. So within this time, your roles are changing. How is that looking? And how are you even getting into? Are you being headhunted? Are you now applying for more opportunities and saying, I have done my papers. This is what I have. How is that going on?
So at the time, I was working for Zamara. I was working at Zamara, and Zamara treated me well. I normally say the foundation of my career happened at Zamara. So, my bosses used to give me lots of opportunities. I do leadership courses and stuff. So, I'm the kind of person, when I'm in a job, I'm very loyal.
You lock in.
I lock in. I'm like,
this is me.
Yeah. So I was not looking. I was not looking. Zamara was my 100% focus. So by the time I qualified, I was feeling I needed a new challenge. So that is when I convinced Zamara to allow me to go to Rwanda to set up the actuarial function for Zamara, and also to support the ND with strategy.
How does that look like?
Oh my gosh, it was I'd love to say it was nice, but it was rocky. It was rocky because I went there knowing there were some issues that needed to be fixed in the business. I'm going to fix the business, blah, blah, blah. But what I didn't know is that when you go to a new country, you first have to spend time understanding the culture.
Okay.
Yeah, so because I went with so much energy of like, I'm going to fix, and Rwandans are more like laid back and polite, and there was some friction. So it was, it was tough. It was tough. Like, my personality and my Kenyanness. I want to say Kenyanness in the sense of, Kenyans, we are aggressive.
Yes.
That clashed with
the new environment.
Yeah, with the new environment in the beginning. I love my job. If you know me on LinkedIn, I love my job.
my job in Jesus' name.
Exactly. And it's because I'm constantly being challenged. I have an amazing boss and amazing executives. And we have a culture where we are rewarded, right? Yeah. I get to travel as well. So it's been amazing. So in 2021, 2022, sorry. Yes. I needed surgery in December. So I had the surgery and I had 1 month of sick off. So I had a lot of time on my hands. So I don't know how this happened, but I ended up going on LinkedIn. And I realized LinkedIn can be very boring. It's just about people talking about their achievements and everything. So I asked myself, I wonder if it would be nice if someone on LinkedIn just started talking about personal things and just encouraging people. So that's how I started posting on LinkedIn.
So this is how Sheila, the speaker on LinkedIn, was born.
Exactly. I just wanted to encourage people. I wanted to bring color. There's a bird in Rwanda. It's a sunbird, very beautiful bird. It has like the head is like greenish blue, and then it has purple, and it brings so much color to wherever it goes. I feel like I am like that sunbird in a way. I just wanted to bring color to LinkedIn. That was my, and it's still okay. Maybe it has changed over the years, but that's what I wanted to do. Now I want to take you back to my gap year when I did a lot of theater and salsa dancing.
So this is post-campus.
Yeah. I realized I'm also creative, right? But then, so when I chose actuarial science at campus, I actually thought I would have to abandon my creativity. But my creativity found me again in 2022. So I started creating creative content on LinkedIn. And people were really responding. I would get DMs, people telling me, oh my gosh, I was about to quit, but you posted about this and I'm encouraged to continue. And that kept me going, So then I realized, oh wow, I have my analytical side, which is great, but I also have a creative side. So,
which is great.
So my creative content became LinkedIn. And then LinkedIn also led to speaking engagements as well. So I do a lot of speaking engagements, and I'm able to combine my analytical side with my creative side as well. So, and that's what makes me love my job. So what I've learned, Cardine, is that your career doesn't have to follow one path. It's almost like, also when I was doing theater, I used to do many things. There's a time I acted. There's a time I was a stage manager. Your life is almost like a play. So I used to be a stage manager, so I know this. For a successful play, you need to coordinate very well at what point each actor or actress is coming in, at what point this table needs to be here, it needs to be removed, and so on, right? You have to, a play is curated, right? And I realized you can do the same thing for your life. You can actually curate your own life in such a way that you are being yourself fully. And I feel like I've done that now. It's taken time, but now I have my job, which I really enjoy. It's technical. I'm winning awards at work. So,
congratulations.
Thank you. But then also, I'm also I still do quite some content on LinkedIn, and now through the Actuarial Society of Kenya, I'm the head of working parties. Yes. So I'm in charge of creating content for Task. Yes.
Lovely.
So, I want to also tell somebody who is struggling with, I'm creative and I have this nice personality, but at the same time, I'm analytical.
Yeah.
You can do both. You can curate your life. Two things can exist at the same time. And I still dance.
Wow.
I go for kizomba, salsa, and so on. Yeah, so I've been able to just curate my career in such a way that I'm living out fully every part of me through what I'm doing in Task, LinkedIn now not as much, but then I'm focusing a lot of energy on Task, creating content, and then also my work. But also with my work, I get to travel as well, which is also another creative outlet.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how work looks now.
Okay. I think I left out something when we were talking about the qualification story.
Yeah.
And because I'm thinking primarily we're talking to students and people who want to qualify as well. How are you funding this process?
Good question. So in campus, it was my parents. Then when I did City 1 during my
gap year,
during the 4-year the teaching phase, I had to just save up.
Okay.
Back then, it used to be, they used to have a reduced rate for third world countries. So it wasn't like a crazy amount that I had to save up. So I remember I saved up. So that was City 1. Then for the others, but because I had already joined corporate, the corporate paid for me.
Okay. So now you're already at, is it Zamara or Direct Line?
Direct Line and Zamara. So both paid.
So now how is this structure looking? Are they paying for you and retaining you for a certain period?
Not really. No, they don't tie to retention.
They're paying you as long as you pass.
Yeah. Okay. So that's a good thing with working for companies that value actuaries. They actually have a study policy where they pay for your exams and they even give you an increment if you pass. So yeah, I was fortunate enough to work for a company that rewards actuaries and actually still do. Yeah.
Okay. So throughout your journey, do you think what you are learning in campus, what you've gone through in the papers, does it correlate to what you're doing now in the office? Does it translate from paper to real life experience?
That is such a good question. So when I rejoined corporate in 2015, remember I had been teaching for 4 years. So I was rusty. So I joined this job and I'm supposed to now be the head of actuarial function. I have no idea even how to build a model. Do you know what helped me to build my first model? My CT6 notes.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I refer to my CT6 notes. There are some things I didn't know how to do. Like now I didn't know how to build a triangle on Excel. Wangeshi, how do I build a triangle on Excel?
So then also relationships still help.
Relationships, yeah. Because even to build the final model, I talked to the person who would become my manager in Zamara. Yeah. So I was able to build my model using my notes. So that's where I'm going to start. What I do on a daily basis is CT6. I don't know what it's called now. Maybe CS2.
Yeah.
What I do on a daily basis is CS2. Literally. So yes, it is not directly correlated. It is, I feel like there's even a stronger word.
There's bits of it, like you can see you can apply what you're learning to the workspace directly.
Not can, I have to, because what I studied. And remember, it's interesting, I loved the statistical papers, and my job now uses more of the statistical papers knowledge. So I want to use an even stronger word than correlation. Like what I do is exactly what I studied.
You learned.
Yeah.
So then it's important to do them. I'm just trying to see if there's value to the papers, which is what you're saying that, get them done.
There's a lot of value. Oh my gosh, a lot. And the papers also give you a different way of thinking. Because what I love about actuarial, there are so many careers you can go into because of actuarial, because actuarial teaches you about business. It teaches you about communication. It teaches you about systems thinking. So there's a lot that I learned from the papers.
And even what you said about don't allow yourself, a lot of things can exist at once. And that's what we're talking about with actuarial placing you in you have an open book, you can make it what you want it to be.
Yeah.
So given that you've done actuarial, you can literally just do anything. You can flourish, go out there and flourish. If you want to do the papers, well and good. Lock in, discipline, put together a community that you can work together with and get it done. That's what I'm picking from your story.
But then, Cardine, maybe also to mention, I've done other leadership courses as well. So I would advise, don't just lock into the papers only. If you have other opportunities, in fact, where we are right now, this place that's hosting us, I did a course in this building. It's called ALX.
ALX used to be here.
Yeah, for mid-level managers. I did that, and I actually asked for it. Like, it was not just given to me. I asked for it. Then I'm actually currently doing my executive MBA, and a lot of the concepts I'm learning in the executive MBA, I'm applying at work. So I would say also, don't just box yourself only to actuarial. Keep learning even other things.
Evolve and
I'm learning
upskill.
Kizomba now. I'm much more natural with salsa. Kizomba doesn't come as easy. It's difficult, but I'm like, you know what? I need to learn. And I've realized everything you do in your life will teach you something. That's another thing I should say, Cardine. Every single thing that I've done in my life, even the acting that I did back then, the stage managing, everything has given me a skill that I use now. So never ever sit at home and say, I don't have anything to do. Me, when I didn't have anything to do, I would just go to church and then we do missions and go preach the gospel.
There's always something to do.
Just do something. I don't sit at home and do nothing. Even if there's no money, because I remember I used to walk to church at the time. Just go do something. There's always something that you can volunteer for.
Move your body.
Yes, exactly. And I would say, the last thing also that I need to mention, mentorship. Because I want, the point I want to bring across is that it's not just papers. To grow into a successful career, you also need other leadership courses as well. And then also you need mentors and coaches. So I've always had a mentor or coach in my life. Currently, I have a coach, but also my dad is like my career coach. The reason I'm doing my MBA is because my dad kept insisting.
You need to.
And I was like, but Dad, I'm a fellow. Why do I still need to do one more thing? But he just felt that I could be more, I could do more. So every time we'd meet, he'd ask me, so MBA? So I started doing...
challenge you.
Yeah, so I started doing my MBA just to please my dad because I respect him so much. I love him so much. But I'm so happy he pushed me to do it because I'm learning so much. So anyway, my dad has been my career coach. He gives me such solid advice, and whenever I follow his advice, it leads to success. So don't just lean on the papers only, because then that will limit you to maybe just a technical role. If there's a leadership course you can do it. If there's a mentor that you can approach, you'll be shocked that there's so many people willing to mentor. Now we have the Actuarial Academy, which does mentorship.
And the apprenticeship program.
The apprenticeship, all those things, by the way, they add up. They add up.
Okay.
Totally.
So would you do anything differently now, given what you know now?
Yeah. I would be more compassionate with myself.
Wow.
Yeah. Especially the time when I was juggling a busy job plus motherhood plus wifehood, I would
extend more grace
to myself. Yeah. But apart from that, no. Every single thing I've done has added to where I am now.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's lovely. I don't know if you feel like there's anything we've left out that you would want to address.
I would say maybe the last thing is, it may look like I got opportunities because I was lucky or because, I don't know, I came from a privileged background. But remember, during the 4 years of teaching, I was broke. Because we were starting out life back then. So I would say the opportunities that have come to me didn't come to me because I'm privileged or there's something special about me. I actually ask for opportunities. These leadership courses I'm doing. Actually, there's another leadership course I did in 2024. I forgot. All these leadership courses I'm telling you I've done, I asked the company to sponsor. All the mentors that I've had, it's not like they came and told me, can I be your mentor?
Yeah.
No, I asked, hi, do you have space to mentor someone in your life? When I wanted to set up the actuarial function in Rwanda, I asked. And at first the answer was no. But I kept asking. I think it took 1 year. And finally they said yes.
Yeah.
So maybe the only thing I would say is the other thing in my life is that I ask. I ask. I ask for things.
Don't get fed.
Yeah. So things in my life haven't just come on a silver platter. No.
And I think this is where I can mention that I have been part of your mentorship program.
Yes, you have.
And it feels like a full circle moment to sit here with you today and be like, yeah, I've seen. And I think even for us to get into that mentorship program, it started from, we would see you at the conventions and we're like, what's going on? Would you want to take up some girls who just want to know what's going on? And it went on for as much as it did. And it was a really nice experience. Maybe to just say thank you for holding us, for holding our hands. And when I look at that group of people, all of us in that group are doing amazing things. Everyone is thriving in their different careers. Some are thriving in actuarial spaces, financial spaces, creative spaces. And it's just an interesting mix of people that you had there. Probably, I think we should do a reunion.
You're going to make me emotional, but
it's time to probably rethink a reunion and see, just look back and, this is just me giving you your flowers. And I didn't even think this would happen. But yeah, I think people who held other people's hands really actually do a lot to the pipeline of actuaries. So at least you're sure there's a tomorrow of whether I might not be a qualified actuary, but wherever I am, I have a great impact and I am holistic because of the people who went before me. And amazing. I want to thank you for that.
Oh, you are welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome.
Okay, so maybe that's my final question.
Yeah.
Do you think the journey was worth it?
1,000%. 1,000%. I love my job, as I tell you. Like, I don't have, they're called that thing on Sunday, which you feel because you're dreading Monday
blues,
Monday dreadies.
There's a word. Monday.
Yeah, I look forward to Monday.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I look forward to Monday because I genuinely enjoy what I'm doing. I have an amazing team. I genuinely love the technical stuff, and what I love most about my job is turning actuarial insight into business decisions.
Yeah.
And I've been able to do that many times. And when I see the impact of it, like I designed a road accident fund design for Zimbabwe, and they've now adopted that design in their policy. So that means that accident victims are now going to be getting dignity because of that particular design. So I love doing such things, and my job allows me to do that, But even just within the current job, it's just that it's confidential. I can't share specific examples, but there's so many times when I've been able to bring impact just because I turned a technical insight into a strategy or a business decision. And so I love my job because I get the room to do that.
Okay.
And then also the second thing why I wouldn't change anything is because, yes, there was times of confusion, like the teaching phase. But when I look back, it actually added to where I am.
It's a full circle. Yeah.
It's a full circle. And the last full circle is I'm using my creative side now, which I thought I would have to abandon.
No.
But I'm able to do it. So I would not change even one small thing. Even, yes, my marriage fell apart and I'm very open about that. But me and my co-parent, we are buddies now. We hang out.
Yeah.
We are friends. So I do not regret any of it. And I wouldn't change any
bit of it.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this with us, with me.
Karibu sana.
And taking the bet. And this has been lovely. I've enjoyed having this conversation with you and having you here. I'll just allow you to put someone on the hot seat. So my last question now final last one would be, who would you want to be on this seat? I nominate someone.
An actuary. Wangeshi Mathenge.
Wangeshi Mathenge.
Yes.
Hi, Wangeshi. Will you join us on this seat and tell us your story? Please. This is us shooting our shots quite boldly.
No, she's amazing. Wangeshi is an amazing person, and I think you'll also enjoy having a conversation with her.
Okay.
She's also doing amazing things.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Sheila.
Thank you too.
You can, look at the camera and say any final words.
Any final words? You can curate your life. You don't have to abandon something you love just because you've chosen another path. You can curate your life in such a way that you're being fully yourself, doing everything that you love, and just enjoying life. So don't feel like you have to stick to one pathway. Curate your life in a way that makes you live fully. That's it. And all the best if you're doing your exams. I'm wishing you all the best. Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Please look forward to the next. Subscribe to our channel so that we're able to reach more people. Share this with people within your circles. Actuarial science is fun and people can thrive in it. And as you can see, we're having living people who can tell this story, and we are happy to just have this reach as many people as possible. This episode has been powered by Task. And we have come to the end of our episode.